Good morning. I have to say this is absolutely, probably, nope, definitely 100%. This is my favorite time in the morning. Actually a little bit earlier than this. I am up a little late because I wanted to sleep in a little bit because I don't have to be up early today. But anyway, I love being up this time of morning, earlier than this. I like being up before the sun's up so that I've still got an hour to drive anywhere that I want to before the sun even shows any light. But I like the lighting. I like how quiet it is. There's not really anyone out. I like how if you go to parks and trails, there's nobody there. I like how, just like everything about it. It's beautiful. It's really nice. I'll tell you what, I do wish I had gotten up a little bit earlier because conditions here at this park are absolutely freaking perfect. I'm literally about to drive into a wall of fog. Oh wow. Oh wow. That is not going to auto-expose to that. Lighting. This is probably one of my favorite parks to visit early in the morning, and you can see exactly why. It's on the river, so there's a lot of fog and a lot of dew that gets on everything. Like these spider webs, I love these spider webs. Okay, so that was pretty fun. I got too distracted by the spider webs and kind of missed the fog that was sitting on everything, but a few cool shots nonetheless. Now anyone that knows me knows that I struggle with posting consistently. You see, now what's really funny is that I want to talk about the exact thing that's really bugging me and really giving me an issue right now, right this second, and that's that I want to create more content. I want to make more videos. I want to post more on YouTube, and I want to get back into enjoying it. But there's so many things that are working against me internally, and I wouldn't say as much externally, but definitely internally, and I'm having a really hard time with this one. But I think it's too noisy here anyway. So I want to make more videos and I want to create more content. I want to get into the enjoyment of creating YouTube videos again. And it is something that I enjoy, but there's a lot of things that go into it that take away from it from me. And I want to try and get over those and move past those so that I can do this more and enjoy it and be happy about doing it more. I'm so anxious because I am actually filming in public right now, and I don't like to film myself in public. I am happy shooting photos, and I can do all the photography stuff. I'm okay with that, but filming myself in public and talking to a camera, that just sends social anxiety through the roof. Now, there's nobody around me that can hear me or see me right now, but the issue is that I can't see all the way around the corner. I can't see where anybody could be coming from, and I'm very paranoid about it, and chances are pretty good that as soon as I see someone, I'm shutting the camera down, the video down, and leaving. So the light is no good anymore. It's 8:51. So usually here in Virginia, good morning light only exists from blue hour before sunrise to like an hour after sunrise, and then that's it. Virginia is not known for weather that lasts all day and is consistent. Virginia is it's boring. Honestly, it is boring. I take a lot of photos that make Virginia look amazing, and Virginia has a lot of amazing things, but Virginia really is just boring. So I'm sure that was a little cringy, and so I left. And I went somewhere that's a little bit quieter, a little bit nicer. This is all private. Nobody's coming. And I can focus on everything I want to say. So that was actually a fairly pretty location. I think I got a few decent photos, even though I got a really late start in the morning. I'm not starting that late in the morning anymore. I forgot how much I hate going out that time in the morning. I love being up that time in the morning, but I hate going out that late. I like to go out much earlier in the day, like 5:30 to 6 o'clock at the latest is when I like to actually leave. And oftentimes I like to leave before then. Okay, so now that I found a spot that I kind of like, I have been thinking a lot about my YouTube, my Facebook, Instagram, all the different social medias and platforms and stuff that I have been posting on. And I have been thinking about how much I like creating content and posting content on there. I like creating educational content and teaching people things and helping people understand things. One of my most valuable assets as a person is all of the things that I know and all of the things that I will learn. Our knowledge is probably the most valuable thing that we possess. And I want to share that. And I want to share a lot of it on YouTube for free. I believe that people should have access to some of this education. But one of the biggest things that I struggle with personally is maintaining the interest and the love and the passion and the drive in creating these videos to where I don't get burnt out with it after a while of posting. That's one of my issues, is I get burnt out with posting and creating content. And that's something that I've always had. Anybody who's following me on this channel who came from my old channel, you are probably already familiar with one of my cycles, which is I post a lot, then I disappear, and then I reappear. I disappear, and then I reappear. And that's just something that I have dealt with / struggled with my entire life, with anything and everything. I don't want to say anything and everything. You know, there's some things that I don't get tired of, but that's a different subject, and I'm not trying to get into a tangent on something that's unrelated to this video, which is something I've done 1,000 times already, and I'm kind of doing now. Reset our thoughts. So instead of trying to fight against that issue that I've had for so long, and in a sense kind of making it worse in the process, I am now looking at tackling the problems and the things that create that instead of trying to fight against it. So work with it. And one of the biggest issues for me has been that after a certain amount of time, I get really burnt out with making these videos and creating this content because it becomes way too much work. And what I mean by that is making a video, just holding a camera, recording a video, doing some light editing, and then posting it, that's not hard. That's pretty easy. I'm a perfectionist. Because I'm a professional photographer, professional videographer, I want professional quality. And I'm not saying that many of my videos that I've posted on this channel previously were professional quality, but I just struggle with accepting the lack of perfection because I know what I personally can do, but I cannot personally do that myself, filming myself, and that is a preventing factor that prevents me from creating some of these videos. I'm also a perfectionist with my speech and my voice and making sure that all the things that I say are right, perfect, in the right order and everything, to the point that in a lot of my old videos, like on my old channel, I actually scripted those to a certain degree. Like, the videos weren't scripted, but I knew already what I was going to say and roughly how I was going to say it. And I would retake those videos dozens and dozens of times to make sure that I get what I'm saying perfectly, and that became too much. It's become too much of an issue. It's taken away from the video too much for me, and what I want to focus on now and in the future is to focus more on having fun with the videos. That's the most important. I need to have fun. I need to enjoy it again. The next most important thing is that I need to let go of my perfectionism to a certain degree. I want to maintain a certain level of quality, of course, but I need to let go of my innate need to make all of it perfect, to make all the shots look professional, to have perfectly stable footage, to have all this stuff that is too much work for me to do this. You know, another issue that I kind of hinted on in the last clip is severe social anxiety in certain situations and certain settings. You know, holding a camera like this and talking to it, or even just doing some things for video and talking to the camera, around public, or around people and in public, is something that just doesn't sit well internally, and it's something that I need to get over. It's not a big deal. Everybody, I don't want to say everybody, but a lot of people do it. And, you know, it's just, I don't know. I don't know what I was trying to say there. Because, you know, on my old channel, I used to get comments that would point out how many different cuts were in the video, and I became sort of self-conscious about that. I don't want to say super self-conscious, because I still do it a lot, and did it a lot. But I became pretty self-conscious about it, in that I tried to make my clips, my scenes, as perfect and articulate, each shot, each take, as I possibly could. And that was another thing that became too much work, because I was focusing so much on trying to get what I was saying perfect on the first take every time, and getting the videos perfect on the first take every time, that was causing me to reshoot and reshoot and reshoot and reshoot. And nope, that just took too much out of it for me. I lost drive, lost interest, and it became too much work. Another big thing that I have learned personally is that our personal experiences as people are extremely important, not just for ourselves, but for other people who are watching your videos or consuming your content to listen to, because that's how people learn more things about themselves, more things about their skill sets, or about themselves personally. There's so much to be said for listening to other people's personal experiences. So if I have something that's a personal experience and it ends up actually helping somebody out, that's fantastic. And I would like to just start including more small things and things randomly thrown into my videos that are like that. Because if I've got something that helps somebody, I don't want to withhold that information, because social media has made me feel like everything that I post has to be absolutely perfect, and it has to be absolutely neutral 100% of the time. I'm not doing that anymore, or at least I want to try not to. And after all, I think it's important for us, no matter where you are in life, who you are, how old you are, what you do, what your work is, it is important to enjoy life, to have fun, and to get fulfillment out of something that you're doing. That is absolutely important. And if I'm going to be making these videos and posting this stuff and doing this stuff online, I need to have fun with it. And I want to have fun with it again. I have fun with photos, but posting photos with 10,000 hashtags and tagging all the different people that I need to tag and all that stuff, that gets old really quickly. That gets to the point that also makes me not want to post anymore. I go in periods with posting photos where it's the same thing, where I just stop posting because I can't deal with the 15-20 minutes it takes to actually set up each individual post. It just takes too long. It's not fun anymore. So I want to do whatever I can when I feel up to it, but I'm not gonna let stuff like that stop me from creating and posting anymore. I want to just enjoy it. I want to provide the content, and that's it. It's simple. And I mean, you know, the other thing is that I'm also informally diagnosed with autism. I'm on the spectrum. I don't have an official diagnosis, but I have been through all the stuff I would need to qualify a diagnosis without it being officially done. It hasn't been officially sanctioned. It's not in any kind of official records. So I don't have that, but now I do want to take just a moment to explain that, because I'm sure that somebody is going to have something to say about that, and they always do. And it probably doesn't even matter if I had an official diagnosis. Somebody's still going to have something to say about it. But it's not like it's just a random official diagnosis. I haven't gone on the internet and been like, oh, that kind of sounds like me. I guess that is me now. No, this is something that took over 8 months worth of accumulative knowledge, worth of testing, worth of talking to experts and expert opinions, and I've gone through a massive process to figure this out for myself. And so I lack the official diagnosis, but I have actually technically gone through a more extensive screening process to figure it out than if I was to actually get diagnosed for real. It's just informal because it's not logged in any kind of formal records. That's the only difference. You know, as I grow as a person, as I grow on these platforms, as I grow as a whole, I don't have nothing to hide. I'm not afraid to talk about those things, and I think that those are things that people need to talk about, and I think there are things that people need to know. Maybe not necessarily about me, but I think it's just stuff that needs to be talked about more normally. There's actually a lot of things that I struggle with this specifically in terms of creating and maintaining videos for, you know, YouTube and stuff like that. That's actually related to problems I have that come from being on the spectrum. And to add to that, for context, I'm a photographer, I'm a videographer. Being on the spectrum has played a role in that. It has helped me in it, and it's caused me issues in it. And I think that those are things that are worth talking about as a photographer, as a videographer, or for people who are just listening and absorbing information. I think that that's relevant, and I think that's important. And another thing I would like to talk about now, and now that I'm ready to start talking about it, is that I'm an ex-addict. I was an alcoholic for years, and I'm years sober now, finally. But I was for a long time, and that also played a role. And photography, videography, saved my life. Because when I first got sober, my love and fascination and interest for photography and videography re-exploded, and this has been my thing in sobriety. My skill level in video and photo is not even close to the same thing it was when I was an active alcoholic. It's important. And I think that's important. I think all of it's important, and I think all of it should be talked about. And I want to talk about all of it in so much more detail than I am in this video. But this video feels like it's getting really long, and I don't want to make these super long-winded videos if I don't have to. So I'm looking forward to releasing more information, more details, and more education as time wears on. I am working on a project with another individual, and we're going to see him probably shortly. And yes, there's a lot going on. And it's fall. Actually, fall just started. Leaves are just starting to turn. And I've got a few places planned out, and I am super excited that I am going to get some of the fall shots that I've been wanting to get for a really long time. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to some of the future projects. And things are starting to look really hopeful. I'm starting to see things come together. I'm starting to see things develop. I am seeing so many things that I want to see starting to happen. Something, too, that's important about photographers and videographers and creative people as a whole is that we need to make content around the things that interest us, around things that catch our attention. Trying to make content, make videos, and make photos and all that stuff around things that don't inspire us, aren't interesting to us, or just don't do something to us just doesn't work. And I want to focus on content that catches my attention. I want to focus on stuff that's interesting, stuff that I care about. That's what makes the content more wholesome for any creator. And that's what I'm going to start doing. I need to care less about social media perfectionism and my own perfectionism. That's it. I can't really think of a way to make that sound any nicer. This video already feels like it's too long. So, with that said, I'm happy I finally got this video out. Done. Shot. Edited. Whatever. I'll see you guys in the next one. Why do I do that? Why do I do that? I will see you guys in the next one. Hang on. Let me look into the camera. I'll see you... Damn it. I'll see you guys in the next one.